is because these are the accessories we use the most. You know, yeah, we roll dice all... Wait, where have all my dice gone? You know, yeah, we roll dice every time, sure. And we roll them into a dice tray. And we have to play them on objectives, which these are really useful for. We have to use the rules. But ultimately, everything comes down to the models that you're playing with. This is more important than anything here. Especially these, because GW really needs to learn to write rules, but ignore that. Like, these are the most important accessory you can have. Hello everybody, Glass Half Dead here. And today I'm going to be talking about Kill Team accessories. The very first accessory you might want to consider is this spiral binding for your core book. That's a nice easy one. I've done a video where I go over this a little bit more, but this is genuinely the number one thing that you probably want to get. Number two, unsurprisingly, and this isn't just shameless self-promotion, I think that everybody that attended the recent LVO will agree that a 4-inch circle is genuinely an amazing addition to Kill Team. If we look at this one here, there is a dot, that is the exact center, not that you need to know it. And this just means that when you're moving a model on or off of an objective, you don't have to measure at all. Is it touching the circle? Then it's on. That is, honestly, it's a must-have for any kill team. I would also recommend some sort of tokens. Now, I got these from a store called Hexy. All the descriptions will be down below, or links. I just think these are cool. They're really vibrant. They look nice. I like them. They do a whole bunch of different ones. These ones I got were in like the Mechanicus style because I was collecting AdMech when I bought them. This is a must-have. Some sort of way to track VP, CP and turn. I 100% promote these. I've used this since the day I got it. Very, very useful. I would also recommend secondary cards. Now these ones specifically I got from SoCal. When I went there, Sheldon made one for everyone that attended. These are super useful when it comes to practicing for a tournament. They also just speed up any sort of casual play as well, where you end up using secondaries. Now, you can get these from the Arena box. Those are a thing. But these ones are better. I don't know how you can get them. And as packs are now doing kind of custom secondaries, these are a little bit questionable on how you should go about getting them. But if you can get a hold of at least the ones from the Arena box, I'd highly recommend it. I'm sure there are plenty on eBay. Let's go over to datasheets. These are super cool. I got these off of a random guy on Facebook. He's doing a whole load of different data sheets. They're metal, as you can tell, but they've got a wipe-off surface, so you can write in your guy, and it's quite big, as you can see, and it's just pretty cool. He also did metal tokens. I'm a big fan of tokens. I haven't ever used these in my videos or on stream, because I got these and I preferred these. However, as these are just straight up bigger, I'm thinking if I record any videos, those are actually much easier to read, so I might use them instead. Oh, talking of tokens, let's talk dice. So these are these are dice from Mr. Laser. It's an Etsy shop. Basically, each of these sides are a different thing that you can do. Obviously, the intention here is you move, you set it to the move, you ready, you set it to the ready, etc. Or if you're super good at Kill Team, you just roll and see what it is you're going to do that turn. That's how I use them in competitive play. I actually wasn't sold on these as something to invest in. However, when I was out in LVO, Mr. Laser was there, and I thought, I'll buy them because I don't want to have to pay for shipping to the UK. And now that I've got them, I actually quite like them. They're pretty good. And I got them in yellow for two reasons. One, because I like yellow. Two, because that was all they had left. Yeah. Then we go over to squad marks. These are quite fun, actually. I haven't had a chance to fully utilise these yet. However, this guy here is showing us roughly how they can be used. So this guy in a team, he's got a squad mark on. It's gold, so he would be a specialist of some sort. There you go. It doesn't add much in height. I've got to say, they just clip on and off. I can't do it because I've only got one hand. But yeah. The reason I was skeptical about buying these when I first heard about them is because, you know, how people get, and adding any height to a base, you're like, oh, well, now he's easier to hit, blah, blah, blah. But actually, I'm totally okay with it. It's like 2 mil. It's fine. Just, yeah. And these can just be popped on and off to the different specialists. If you want, you can get kind of one for every single specialist, or just swap them over. Yeah. I quite like them. A nice, easy way to denote to everybody on the table, this is a specialist of some kind. Even to myself, to be clear. Because I play a lot of different teams and I forget what's what. Measuring implements. This is your default ruler measuring tape thing for Kill Team. It's not bad. It does the job. I upgraded to this bad boy, which is just available from GW. It's all metal. It's an Age of Sigmar ruler. It's an absolute beast. If you're thinking about all of this, then I'd highly recommend this as well, because it's just really cool. I don't have any other selling point for it. Consider it. Some sort of measuring implement. Now, I got this from the same place I got these tokens from. The reason this is great is because, so it's 6 inches in length. Then this bit is 1 inch. This is actually the bit I use the most. The 1 inch precise measurement, because obviously you need to know if you're within 1 inch of a model, and sometimes you want to be as far away as possible, or you need to measure exactly who's the closest model. But then this side is 2 inches, this side is 3 inches, and there are there are demarcations along the whole of this to let you know exactly how it is. I use this a lot. I would highly recommend one of these. GW sells their own one. It's in metal. I like this one because it's see-through and yellow. And I like yellow. I'm not going to go on about dice for too long. Dice are cool. I would highly recommend finding dice that you like and sticking with them. Some people like metal. If you are going to get metal dice, the only thing I would recommend is make sure that the corners aren't sharp. Why is that? Because if you have metal dice with sharp corners and you're rolling on a Kill Team cardboard mat, you can dent the mat. Just any sort of dice that is heavy and metal can do that as well, but at least this way it's with a rounded corner. These dice I quite like. They're just the Aeronautica Imperialis dice. They're not bad. Which brings us neatly to a dice mat. Sorry, it's a dice tray, isn't it? Sorry. This one is just one I got off Amazon. Like I think it was like £8 or something. And then obviously I put my logo on it because that's the kind of thing I do. I prefer the ones with the rigid sides. They travel just as easily as the smaller neoprene ones, but they look nicer, have a slightly more premium feel, but they're still pretty cheap. Which brings us on to models. Now, is it right to consider models as part of accessories for Kill Team? I think so. I think that models are super important and we should kind of ignore GW when it comes to them trying to pigeonhole us into only using their models, to be entirely honest. For example, I've decided that I'm going to, play Kill Team and collect Imperial Guard. And whilst I do that, I really want to make a World War I themed trench army for my Imperial Guard. Privateer Press does an entire range of trenches. They're slightly fancy looking guys with machine guns. That sounds perfect. That is exactly what I want. They even do look at this. That's straight up a Bullgren. if ever I've seen one. And it will mean that they're nice and unique to me, which is cool. I like that. You know, I'm a hipster. RTLW do amazing orcs. Well, actually, RTLW, everything they do is amazing. But their orcs, super cool. I've had these for a while. I've been meaning to review them properly, and I will one day. Awesome orcs. Once I get around to doing my orc army again, which obviously is becoming less and less likely as they are becoming more known as a good army, so I won't be playing them, naturally. But if I were, these guys are what I'm going to use. Then also, they're from RTLW. Definitely check them out. Again, links down below. And then also Grimskull, or Wargame exclusive, do a really good range of Tau models. I would highly recommend them as well. The reason I've put these guys into... Oh, Velcro in the background there. The reason I put these guys into the accessories video is because these are the accessories we use the most. You know, yeah, we roll dice. Oh, wait, where have all my dice gone? You know, yeah, we roll dice every time, sure. And we roll them into a dice tray. And we have to play them on objectives, which these are really useful for. We have to use the rules. But ultimately, everything comes down to the models that you're playing with. This is more important than anything here. Especially these, because GW really needs to learn to write rules, but ignore that. Like, these are the most important accessory you can have. And to limit yourself just to Games Workshop is honestly robbing yourself of an amazing side of, I don't want to say the hobby, but the entire outside of Games Workshop, but Games Workshop inclusive side of whatever this, hobby's the wrong word, it's the right word, hobby that we enjoy. Please go outside of Games Workshop if you want to enjoy the hobby more. Don't get me wrong, Games Workshop is amazing, does amazing things, but there are other options. I'm currently interested in the Trencher side. The orcs here are amazing. I am at some point going to do a Tau kill team. It's going to be super fluffy. It's going to be using entirely Grimskull miniatures, which come from Ukraine. And it's like, I'm really excited for that. I'm really excited for this. And as much as Games Workshop might not like me using other models, or even knowing that other models exist outside of their range, I'm still playing their game. There you go. That is my entire accessories video. There's a whole bunch of stuff here. If I were to say there was one thing you have to buy, well, it would be the models. Screw everything else. But the second thing you have to buy are, of course, these. I am now selling these. How do you get hold of them? I haven't thought that through. Come to my Discord and drop me a DM. I'll sell you them. It's going to be patrons only first, just for my own sanity. But then once my patrons have bought enough, I'll sell them to anyone. They're super cheap. I don't know how much they are yet. They're like $10 for 6, plus postage. Anyway, Kill Team accessories. Enjoy life. Bye.